Welcome to the Elevating Funeral Service podcast. If you want to run a successful funeral home, cemetery, or pet cremation service, you don't have to be the one that has the lowest price. You do need to be the one that offers the most value, provides the best customer experience, and clearly communicates that in your marketing. On this weekly podcast, Ellery and Welton will show easy ways to demonstrate value to families and create differentiation that helps you stand out from the competition. Hey everyone, I'm Ellery Bowker. That's my good friend Welton Hong, and you're listening to another episode of Elevating Funeral Service. This is the podcast where we talk with funeral home owners about how to stand out from the competition, be more competitive by learning to add more value, create a better customer experience, and then clearly communicate that in your marketing. Today we have another, what we think is a timely episode that has to do with the COVID-19 virus. And what we're going to talk about today is what you need to do to prepare, or hopefully you've already done, an application for the Payroll Protection Program. Am I saying that right? Is that the name of the program? Okay. Basically, I'm going to call it the free money, you should do it, and if you don't, you're crazy episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the program, and basically, just in a nutshell, this is part of the CARES Act, part of the $2 trillion stimulus package that was passed a couple of weeks ago. The part that we're talking about is a $349 billion allotment that's set to help business owners keep people on the payroll and pretty much help them kind of get through the next couple of months, so they can get on the other side of this thing. So Welton here has done it. I've done it. And what I want him to do is talk about kind of maybe what the program is in more detail. And then I thought what we might do is he's a business owner. I'm a business owner and you're a business owner. I thought what he could do is he could just share his experience on doing the application process. I'll do the same, and then we'll just kind of make this a short episode, and hopefully you'll get a little bit of value out of it. So, Welton, tell us a little bit about the program and kind of maybe what they should be looking for.
Yeah. So from my experience with PPP, it's basically what I love about it. When I first heard about it, my own experience, first time I heard about it, is there's no way there's going to be free money. Forgiven. Right. What in the world is forgiven? Right. There's no way government's going to help us out for 8 weeks or so, right? Basically 2.5x of payroll. So when I first heard about it, my brother-in-law told me about it. I'm like, oh, that must be, right? But once things got a little serious, I started learning more and more about it. It's like, yeah, this is actually real serious, right? And before this is our clients, not in the death care space, will also help out the home improvement sector. Yeah, so they wish they heard about this sooner because they already started furloughing people. And talking to them, that's the hardest thing. Some of them being around 40, 50 years, second generation, which is a big deal in the home improvement sector already. And it's the hardest thing, one of them actually called in and crying. And it's a big, bulky guy called in just bawling. It's like, man, it's like every day is a different day. It's day by day. Basically, there's not enough cash set aside. There's no jobs coming in. Just shut down. Everybody's staying at home. There's no jobs coming in. And once they heard about this, they're all very, very happy. This basically will help them rehire all the folks back and get back into normal state for them. These two, at least for 2 months.
Yeah, awesome. That's the same thing too. Kind of how I heard about it, I just heard these astronomical numbers that they were just throwing around. I can't even comprehend $2 trillion, just mind-boggling to me. But I remember hearing about it. And so I think maybe the third or fourth day I heard about it, and I kept thinking, that can't be right, just like you. And so I fired off an email to my CPA, and I said, hey, Drew, what do you know about this? And he sent me back an email that just basically said, have you suffered any economic downturn because of that? And we have, right? Our business is down like many. And then, then you qualify. Like that was it. Like there's no personal guarantees. And then he went on to tell me the magic words, which were, this is forgiven, meaning it turns into a grant if you complete, just a couple of steps, keep the people on for, I think, 8 weeks or something, or you keep them on, but you don't decrease their salary, I think by 25%. Then at the end of that time, the loan's forgiven. And I was like, this is awesome, because it would be super helpful for us, just like others. So you've already done it. Tell us about your experience about how it went with the application process and where you're at in the process now.
I laughed. I still vividly remember last Thursday because it's supposed to go live past Friday, right? And that was past Friday was the 3rd. So I remember on Thursday evening at 9 p.m., which is already Eastern time, which was Eastern time, midnight already. So I log into Chase. It's chase.com/cares, ready to apply. Once I log in there, it's like, nope, it's not ready yet. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll get it earlier on Friday. Got out at 3:30 Pacific time. Still the same. It's just a huge despair, right? And right around 11 a.m. Pacific, finally the portal is live. So I'm like, oh wow. And then my brother-in-law called me, hey, go ahead and fill this out. Log in there with our business online check-in, right? You got to have a login and password to get in there. It's one page. It's like, what's your EIN number? What's your name, right? Like basically that's it. Once I fill it out, it's like, you must be kidding me. It's that easy? But after that thank you page, hey, somebody from Chase will reach out to you.
Okay, so they were just generating interest.
Right. I'm like, and I felt a little bit cheated. I'm like, what's going on here? And then waited, and finally on Tuesday, the portal actually went back online again. Tuesday.
Wow.
And then I finally get to log in there and fill the information. And luckily, my brother-in-law did that a little bit about 20 minutes prior to me. Say, hey, get your W-3 form ready. I'm like, what is W-3 form? We use a payroll company. Like, right. I never ever seen a W-3 report. So I log into the payroll company and then downloaded the W-3 PDF report and look at the actual amount on there. So I was prepared.
Okay.
So log in there. It's actually very simple. It's like 3 pages, ask you for your actual payroll amount. It automatically times it by 2.5x. It's just that simple.
Okay.
And then right below that is, hey, how are you going to use that fund for? Is it, it's all if you want it, it's already pre-populated. I put everything towards payroll and 0 towards utilities, rent, all those. And next couple pages, all simple, just check mark, hey, you have no felony, all those records, and it's done.
Yeah.
But now it's Thursday, I haven't heard anything yet. It's just anxiously waiting and talking to our clients. Everybody's like anxiously waiting because they're going day by day right now. Just
have you talked to any clients that have gotten funded yet?
Yeah, nobody. We've been talking to them every day, just strategizing because they're all day by day right now. How much ad spend should they continue to do, right? What they got a messaging on their website, things like that. So we've been constantly talking to our clients.
Yeah.
Nobody got it yet.
You know, we bank with Bank of America, and I had talked to them, I think Tuesday of last week, and our accountant, he proactively sent me all the information. I didn't even ask him for it, but he sent me a big PDF that had all of our 941s and our 940s in there and all of our tax information.
That's a good CPA.
Yeah, it's great. He's awesome. And then so on Friday, I got up 6 o'clock in the morning. I got to the office at 8. I logged on and it was like, fill out this form. So I filled out the form and I went through and put my amounts in there and did all the other stuff. And then I got an email back later that afternoon saying, your application's been received. We'll reach out to you to get your documentation. And then Monday morning, I got an email with a link to upload my documents. So that was moving along quickly. So I uploaded my documents. And then I was telling you earlier, yesterday, a lady I almost hung up on her. I thought she was, she's like, you never know. These phone numbers show up. For whatever reason, I answered it. And she said she was at Bank of America and that she quickly said, or I was probably about to hang up, she said, I am calling you about the Paycheck Protection Program. I was like, okay, I'm here. You have my attention. And she said that she was just verifying that my documents were there. And then so she was telling me what the next step was. Here's the encouraging part, Welton. She told me that Bank of America had hired tons of people to do just nothing but process these applications. And I had heard that Bank of America had 177,000 applications between Friday and Monday, totaling $37 billion in requested loans, which was just staggering to me. But she said that Bank of America is verifying all the information that we submitted. So what I submitted in the application, they're verifying on my documents that it's correct, and they're submitting it to SBA. As soon as SBA looks at it and says it's good, then Bank of America gets a notice and they fund it.
Nice.
And so I said, is it really that simple? And she said that a bunch of the people that she was working with have already been funded.
Wow.
And so that was Wednesday. So between Friday to Wednesday, some of her customers, they've already got the funding. And I had heard that they were moving it through pretty quickly.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I may see funding this week. I may see it early next week, or I don't know.
Right. Just
So
think about the amount of
I'm
manpower
hoping
they need. Yeah, just amount of manpower they need to go through that main application.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's probably going to be a partnership. I think that SBA is going to trust that the banks are right, making sure our numbers are right. And I think the SBA side, and I don't know anything about banking, right? I mean, my good friend Tim Bridgers at Live Oak could probably answer any of these questions. But for me, I think I think that they're probably just like verifying your EIN. I mean, they know how much your payroll tax was and how much your payroll is because we report that. So they're probably just doing some cursory checks, making sure everything lines up, and then they're, then they're funding it. So I don't know. Hopefully it will go through. But we wanted to just make this episode pretty quick, just kind of share our experiences. But the main thing is that if you've not done it, go do it. It's just crazy not to. Look, everybody's hurting right now. Funeral homes are, our businesses are, everybody is down right now. And this you're paying for this money anyway because you're paying taxes, right? So you're entitled to this just as much as anyone else is. So if you haven't done it, I think that there's 1,700 and some banks that are SBA lender approved. So chances are your bank is. If not, you can apply through the SBA website. Most banks I've heard are prioritizing their own customers first. Right. So if you happen to be at a bank that doesn't do SBA lending, you're probably better off just going to the SBA website applying than trying to go through another bank that is an SBA lender because you're going to be put behind their existing deposit holder accounts. So, but at the end of the day, if you don't do this, you're really, really losing out. I mean, we don't know how long this thing is going to last, the virus. So this could literally end up being the difference between whether or not people get laid off or whether they don't. So, you're a business owner, we're a business owner. Our first priority is to make sure that we survive to the other side of this thing, and that your team is with you when you get to the other side. And this funding event is going to help you make sure that you it's going to give you the best chance to make sure that you and your team is on the other side of this. So any kind of final thoughts on that, Welton?
No, just make sure you apply for it. Don't give up on this.
Yeah.
Eventually, I hope we all get funded.
Yeah, it's crazy not to. And listen, if you do get funded, shoot us an email. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to know kind of how quick this happened. Maybe we'll have a little contest to see who can get funded first here.
Chase.
Buy each other a virtual drink here. But I would really love to hear any feedback from anybody that's got it already or anybody that's heard any roadblocks. I mean, if we need to, we can do another quick episode or an addendum to this one about that. But again, if you haven't done it, go do it. It's definitely going to help your business, and it doesn't cost anything. Follow the guidelines, and they'll forgive it, which is my favorite part. So, okay. Until next time, appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Okay, see ya.